Well, hello. Today I'd like to give you my first impressions of the Reform 4521. It's not one of those slim black pens that I like. It's one of those slim black burgundy pens that I like. So let's take a look at it. So this is the Reform pen. If we take a look at it, there's not a bit of branding on the outside. Nothing on the finial, nothing on the clip, nothing on the cap ring. We'll open it up, and we get our first clue that it's a Reform because the nib is a Reform nib. 14 karat Reform nib. But that's it. So let's see how it writes. Just for funsies, we're going to use some Parker Quink washable blue. And I'm kind of scared I'll get ink on this lovely backdrop I was given. By the way, piston filler. Piston works very smoothly. First fill, it's filled to the top, but why do one fill when you can do more? Okay, we'll just expel a drop or two of ink here. So this is the Reform 4251. As always, I'm going to use the Parker Quink washable blue. Oops, I have a couple converters here that just tried to escape from my desk. Parker Quink washable blue. Definitely a little bit of feedback on the nib. Let's see about flex. Definitely has some, but some railroading when it does it. Wetness and flow. May be fun to experiment a little, see if the nib needs any adjusting or such. Smear test. Yeah, I expected that because some of this up here isn't even dry yet. Reverse writing. I'm trying to remember if any of my other Reform pens have an actual Reform nib on them. Yeah, that's kind of it's not horrible, but very useless extra fine. And finally, the world famous Peer Gustafson test. Ooh. Okay. So that may be one that'll do better after the feed has been saturated for a while, but on a first impression, that's an O! So, the Reform 4521, I have come to really enjoy it since I first inked it up. I found, it definitely has a sweet spot on the nib, but when you're on that sweet spot, wow, it's got all kinds of interesting line variation. And I don't know if it was ground that way or what happened, but it's just fun to write with. And, it doesn't look like much. You saw it. The nib, I can't remember if it's gold or steel, and I can't tell in this light. But anyway, I would have told you already in the video, so clearly that's not something that's super important to me when I'm evaluating pens, is whether they have a gold or steel nib, because I don't remember. But the important thing is, I like writing with it. Now, yeah, it's got a lot in common with several other Reform pens that you've seen me review. I don't know how creative Reform ever got, but this nib is what makes this one stand out. Of course, I always like to do the pocket test. Yeah. Now, with that sweet spot, it doesn't feel like the kind of pen I want to take to work with me and do my business-like writing with it. But I will say it's a fun one to write with. So I think that's where you'll see me using it in real life, is just for fun. So when you see it in pens in use in the future, it'll be because I'm having fun with it. And I will admit, it sat for quite a while. I filmed that first impression, then I just let it sit. Because I just, I don't know, couldn't build up any enthusiasm about it. But, I don't know, since I started writing with it again, I just thought, wow, why did it sit so long? And I don't have a good answer. So, hope that was interesting and useful. And well, thank you for watching. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.